Welcome to Joe's Place. Come on in. I was just hanging out in my apartment, and I looked out my window, and I saw there was a lot of youth, and they had nothing to do. They were wandering around the streets, getting themselves in trouble, you know, going to house parties. So I started inviting them in and said, come on in, hang out, no booze, no drugs. And soon like 100 kids were coming to my apartment, and it started to grow. And so we realized it was something that was so important. We formed a board of directors, became a non-profit registered charity, and that was the start of what is now one of Canada's largest youth centers. Out of my apartment, actually, we ran out of room fairly quickly. It was only 700 square feet. So we talked about our need, and one of the churches in town had an old building they weren't using, and they said, we'll sell it to you for really cheap. So we moved into a church building, which was 3,000 square feet, and we ran out of room there very quickly as well. And so we put an offer in on this building, a 12,000 square foot former Zellers building. It has 2 floors, so we've got 24,000 square feet of usable space. And we put an offer in on this building, and the owner was very generous, and he accepted our offer. And we owned it debt-free because he basically gave it to us. So debt-free about a month later. You're in the main room of Joe's Place right now, and in the main room of Joe's Place we have got a DJ booth. We believe a lot in the power of music, and so we've got DJs pumping out tunes there all night long. We've got a great light show. We've got a live band tonight. We've got pool tables, foosball tables. We've got a 16-player Xbox room where 16 kids can all play against each other. Or 8 volunteers against 8 kids, but let me tell you, you don't want to play against these kids because they will spank you. The amount of kids has stayed about the same. We'll reach about a maximum of 300 youth that come through on a weekend night, which is what we sometimes got at the second facility. But I think the biggest thing that we've added is the range and the depth of programs that we've now developed that help them. So we've moved into all kinds of areas that we would have never dreamed of. We're down in our workshop downstairs, and we've gotten some donation of tools and equipment, power tools. And so Wednesday nights when we have our work skills training, some youth are working off community service hours or fine options, or they're just trying to get some volunteer hours for their resumes. We can get them down here, and we can show them how to do woodworking and repairs. So when something breaks at the youth center, instead of us having to send it out and pay big money for someone to fix it, we can fix it right here in-house. And at the same time, we can have those skilled people, those volunteers who come to supervise the Wednesday nights. They can teach the kids how to use the power tools, how to use the tools. And that way our youth are getting some job skills. So we save ourselves money because we're fixing our own stuff that breaks, and we're getting in adults who are teaching youth job skills. So it's just a win-win situation.
Quicken up. Now keep going. There you go.
This is our motorcycle project. And what happened is we had a volunteer who was very skilled with motorcycles. And we put the word out that we were looking to teach kids how to do basic maintenance and repairs on motorcycles, and the motorcycles just flooded in. And so now this volunteer who was actually working with the Air Force as a technician for the snowbirds, he has retired, and he's actually at Briarcrest College taking youth work so that he can work with us more full-time. So he's still supervising this and teaching kids how to work on bikes. So they fix up a bike, and when it's all good and running, we put it up in the front window and advertise it in the paper, and we sell the bike. We use that money to keep the project running. So it's a self-sustaining program, and it's just a great opportunity for kids to learn some skills. We like to take our volunteers and use their giftings. So we actually had one of our youth who became a volunteer. She was a hairstylist and was doing a really great job at her work, but she just felt, you know what, she wanted to give back to the city and to the youth of the city. So she just felt she should quit her job. So she quit her job and started working for Joe's Place for whatever she could bring in. We raise our support, and each one of us only gets paid what we can bring in by donors and different fundraising methods. So she started working for us for $400 a month, full time. And we got her these chairs, and she's now hairstyling in Joe's place. So she's doing kids' hair, making sure that they've got nice haircuts and styles. When they go out to apply for jobs, she'll take them shopping and get them some nice clothes and get them looking nice and spiffy, make sure their resumes are up to snuff, and teach them some other job skills. She's actually our job skills coordinator. And when they go out, they look professional. They have a much higher chance of getting a job with all of that behind them. So we're standing in front of what has become the start of our outdoor adventure program, and it's an area we've always been interested in, and we've taken kids to different camps and youth retreats for years, but we're just seeing the impact that it has on the kids is so incredible. And so we applied for some funding and received the funding and bought ourselves, with the money, 20 Mongoose mountain bikes and 30 toboggans, and we have snowshoes, and we're starting paintball teams, so we've got a lot of equipment. We're hoping to purchase some more and then take these kids on these incredible adventure trips and just get them into the great outdoors, teach them how to properly ride a bike, maintain a bike. You'll notice that we have a bike maintenance shop and an actual certified bike mechanic who's working on bikes and teaching kids even how to maintain their bikes. So there's a lot of options. We're very excited about where this is going to go in the future. Again, our dream is, kids who have never maybe left the province, to show them a mountain, take them on a mountain hike. We have sleeping bags and tents and backpacks, and show them what it means to see the incredible creation that's out there, and just expose them to that.
So climbing? Climb on!
This is our climbing wall. It is 30 feet tall. You can climb on all 4 sides of it. And as you can hear, it's got full ambient noises. It's a 5.1 Dolby Pro Logic soundtrack that was designed by one of our volunteers out of the goodness of his heart. And so that is a non-repeating soundtrack just to make it feel like you're actually in an abandoned gold mine. And each of the walls can be a different level of difficulty and challenging the kids in different ways.
Plays on. Climbing? Climb on.
The biggest thing that we accomplish with this climbing wall is to give youth an opportunity to climb, to do rock climbing, which they might not have otherwise because it's an expensive hobby, but also to teach them how to do some problem solving, just to get them to figure out, how do I get from this part of the wall over to this part of the wall, and they start to realize that they can solve those problems. When they get down, some of the toughest kids who you just wouldn't think would be like this, they just give this big, yes, I did it. And they're so excited that they made it to the top of the wall and rang the bell. And of course our belay staff, our safety staff will all cheer for them and get them excited. And it's just been an incredible way to give kids opportunities and to push them out of their comfort zones, teach them some problem-solving skills, and also trust, because they're hooked up to a rope with our belay staff.
We got a couple of kids here who are just amazing at this. And this isn't something you do every day, right? But that they can come here and they know that they are amazing at this here. And I know I can see the difference that has to them.
Well, I think it's really awesome. I really enjoy Joe's place. It's a great youth hangout. I really like the Halo room. It's kind of what started getting me to come here. And then now it's the climbing wall. I really enjoy that. I do this whenever I can.